This is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jarrod Horak, and this is my video feature race of the week for Saturday, April 22nd, 2017. We're going to do the 11th race from Charlestown. It's going to be the Grade 2 Charlestown Classic. For 4-year-olds and up, they're going to be traveling 9 furlongs on the main track. And we have our defending champion from last year in here, number 1, Stanford. He's 8-5 morning line, and he's probably going to be the one to catch. Now, he caught, last year there wasn't much pace at all. He caught a nice pace scenario. He was able to control the pace and win nicely. And then actually in his last start at Tampa Bay Downs, again, he was able to get a favorable pace scenario, adding blinkers. He went wire to wire. And he's dangerous when he can get out there and control the pace like he did in the Harlan's Holiday at Gulfstream Park earlier this year. So if he can get out there and control things, he's tough. But I think 9 furlongs is at the very end of his distance rope. As I said, he did win this when he controlled the pace last year, but there is some other speed in here. We have Matt King Cole, number 4. He's probably going to show some speed. He's usually up on the pace. But we have Cautious Giant, number 8. He's stretching out in distance, and he's going to show some speed. So there's a chance that Stanford is not going to get loose in this spot. And I'm going to go with Imperative as my top choice, and he's 3-1 morning line. And I liked him against Stanford. You can go back to the Poseidon at Gulfstream Park earlier this year. And in that race, he sat in 4th, nice tactical trip, and he was able to get past Stanford and win that one by a head. Now, last time, the Santa Anita handicapper just did not pick up his feet in that race. I'm going to draw a line through that one. 3rd race off the layoff, switching to Javier Castellano, who was aboard Stanford in this race last year, but he's going to ride Imperative this time. He has enough tactical speed to stay within striking range. Another thing they've said about this horse is that they wanted to get him away from the Southern California speed-favoring tracks. When he's struggled at times in California, he's gotten away from California like he did at Gulfstream Park when he won the Poseidon. He's won the Charlestown Classic in the past. He was 4th in this race last year with no pace help. He's finished 2nd another year in this race. So he handles this tricky bullring oval. Getting away from California is going to help. He's going to get some pace help. Good rider Castellano is going to put him in the right position throughout, and he'll offer a little bit of value. We're going to go with the 2, Sunny Ridge as the second choice. He's 6-1 morning line. He brings good form from the inner dirt at Aqueduct into this race, back-to-back wins in the stakes ranks, and he's got that tactical speed and an inner post. I think that should serve him well in this Charlestown Oval. Can handle the 9 furlong distance. So he's going to set a good trip. He owns some competitive numbers, and I think that he should be in a good position in this race. We will use Stanford as our 3rd choice. He is the one to catch. And then the 6, War Story, rounds out the top 4. He's 5-1 morning line. Occasionally he can jump up and run big races. And he's one of 3 horses. Luch Racing Stables owns 3 horses in here. They own Cautious Giant. He's going to be the one that I think is more like the rabbit that's going to try to keep the pace honest. They own War Story, and then they also own my top choice, Imperative. So they have horses with some different running styles. Now, War Story is capable of being up on the pace and tracking the pace. And if we catch a wet track, which is certainly possible, there is a chance of rain on the East Coast for April 22nd. He's 2 for 2 on a wet track. He romped both times. So if you catch a wet track, I think you want to move up War Story. I think he has a big shot. And he has a shot anyway, but I think he certainly moves up on a wet track. Now here's how I suggest playing this one. We're going to make a $16 win wager on Imperative. We're going to play a $6 exacta box with Sunny Ridge and Imperative. And then we're going to play a $4 exacta. We're going to put our 3 horses on top of Stanford, our other 3 contenders, Sunny Ridge, number 2, Imperative, number 5, and then number 6, War Story, on top of number 1, Stanford, in an exacta. So that exacta on top of Stanford costs $12. The $6 exacta box is $12. The $16 win wager on Imperative, and that's our $40 win wagers. That's our $40 in wagers for this week. We had the winner last week from Keeneland, the Ben Ali. Watershed paid nicely there. We had a couple Derby Trail winners earlier this year, so we're doing well on these video races of the week and hope we can keep it going in the Charlestown Classic. If you're interested in my full card analysis, you can go over to winninghorsepicks.com. I sell full cards each day from Santa Anita Park, plus bonus races from around the country. My big Kentucky Derby full card is going to be coming up. My annual full card from Churchill Downs Kentucky Derby Day coming up at winninghorsepicks.com in the next couple of weeks. If you're interested in my free picks, go over to HorseRacingNation.com. Click on the Plays of the Day section. You can find Plays of the Day, free written plays 7 days a week at HorseRacingNation.com. That'll wrap up this video. We'll be back next week with another stakes race from around the country.